Hello YouTube, it's S1E28 here, bringing you a Wi-Fi battle here on Thursday afternoon. I'm going to be uploading two Wi-Fi battles today, and we'll be recording one after the other. So we're going to start with this Wi-Fi battle. This is against a streamer named JerryOak. He is a streamer who raided my channel during the first or second week I streamed back in late November, early December. And I've been meaning to get a battle against many different streamers, so I went to a stream at one time, tried to get a battle. He was ending the stream early, and he said that next time we would battle, and, well, we finally got around to battling. And before I start this battle off, I want to say that, on a side note, a new thing I'll be doing is, at the end of each Wi-Fi battle video, I'll be, analyzing what happened and basically giving my thoughts on the match in general that I participated in. That sort of thing. So, that's what this is a battle that we're gonna start that off with. And let's start the battle. But first we're gonna examine his team. He has Rotom Wash, Raikou, Latias, Bisharp, Suicune, and Kyurem Black. And looking at his team, the big threats on his team is definitely the Bisharp, Suicune, and Kyurem Black. Because Bisharp with Defiant is, let's be honest, really overpowered. I mean, you can't lower its attack, basically. If you lower its attack by one stage, it gains 2 stages of attack. So basically, Intimidate will actually give Bisharp a +1. Plus a Sucker Punch being a base 80 attack, who offers huge attack stat. Yeah! You can just Sucker Punch things to death, basically. The other thing is Suicune. Setting out Calm Mind, Sleep Talk, Rest, and Scald. This thing can be a big threat. It is physically defensive, so you won't really be able to hit it hard with physical attackers. And once you get the 2 Calm Minds off, you're in trouble, because unless you get a crit, you won't be able to pierce for that specially defensive, stat it has after all those Calm Minds and stuff. The Kyurem Black is threatening because it has a huge base attack power, and they usually run these Scarfs, so unless you paralyze it, it's going to hit your Pokemon very, very, very hard. Now, it doesn't have a stab physical ice type move. If it was faster and had a stab physical ice type move that was actually good, like Ice Punch, then I could see Kyurem Black being uber, but as it stands right now, it's probably OU. Don't really remember what tier it resides in. But yeah, these things are usually Scarf, so... Plus, it has Terravolt, which is basically a mold breaker for it. So, sturdy Pokemon, well, will be obliterated, basically. Alright, so let's get off this battle against JerryOak that I challenged a few days ago. And yeah. My opponent is going to lead off with Rotom Wash, and I'm going to lead off with Mega Manectric, of course. Now, this first turn was a very risky play on my part. I'm going to go for the Mega Evolution, obviously, and go right for that Volt Switch. Obviously, the Intimidate is going to do jack crap to Rotom Wash, and going to get Volt Switch off, hoping this thing isn't Scarf, because if it is, it could hit me for Hydro Pump, but as stands, it is not Scarf. So Volt Switch, that does about a 5th to Rotom Wash. Then we're going to Volcarona because I was actually predicting a Will-O-Wisp. Doritos, the Volcarona comes out and goes for Hydro Pump, but thankfully that Hydro Pump missed. Woo, that would have been really horrible if it didn't. Yeah. Gonna go for that Quiver Dance, boost the special attack, defense, and speed. He's gonna go for Hydro Pump, and look at Volcarona. Volcarona survives that. And gonna get the Citrus Berry off, and it's gonna heal it. And JerryOak actually revealed in the chat that he was surprised of a Citrus Berry Volcarona. He did not expect that. So, Giga Drain is going to recover some health from Volcarona, almost knocking out Rotom Wash. He's going to go for Hydro Pump. I am going to pray that doesn't get a critical hit. It doesn't get a critical hit on my Volcarona, and Volcarona's free to finish off with Fiery Dance. Why did I go for Fiery Dance on Rotom Wash? Because, well, why not get that special attack stat out? And I know that Fire Dance would take it out from that range. So, Rotom Wash is down now. And next out comes Bisharp. I fear this thing. So I'm going to withdraw Volcarona. Volcarona has pretty much no chance of surviving a Sucker Punch. So I'm going to play nice the Azumarill. Thankfully, he went for Sucker Punch instead of Sword Stamp. He's going to go for the Iron Head to try to flinch me. He takes some life orb damage, doesn't work, and I get the superpower off, which will KO Bisharp. So Bisharp is now down. The critical hit didn't matter because huge power plus a ×4 super effective superpower with over base 100 power. Yeah, Bisharp was not surviving. So out comes Kieran Black. I don't know what he's going to do with it, so I'm going to withdraw Azumarill. I am not going to go into Lando. I figured it would go for a Bolt Strike, but I didn't want to risk Lando at this moment. So I went into Porygon 2, which can probably eat up a hit from Kieran Black. Intelligent the Porygon 2 is going to trace Terra Fault. It doesn't really matter. And Fusion Bolt. He was aiming for that Azumarill. Fusion Bolt hits for about a third. He's going to go for another Fusion Bolt. I wanted to go for a Thunder Wave here, but I figured he'd switch out to Raikou, so instead I went for Recover to scout out the damage. Alright, so he's going to withdraw Kieran Black, and I'm going to go for a Tri-Attack, because I figured, well, he's going to go into Raikou? No, actually went for Thunder Wave. Alright, that's later on in the battle. My apologies for that. Anyways, Latias is paralyzed. I'm going to switch Porygon 2 out and go into Azumarill because there's nothing else I really want to, take a hit from Latias. And Porygon 2 can't really do much to Latias. So, yeah. I was actually kind of hoping he'd get Paralysis Attack, as bad as me as that is, but he's going to go for a Side Shot. That's going to finish off Azumarill. So Azumarill is down for the count. And I'm going to send in Doritos. I'm going to go for a Bug Buzz. Not going to waste my time Quiver Dancing up. And, yeah. Bug Buzz is going to do about 80% to Latias. And lower its special defense. It's going to go for the 3-kill Meteor. And that will definitely finish off Volcarona. So it's pretty much a stack play, basically, getting as much damage off on that Latias as possible. I'm going to go into Lando now. Here comes Landorus. Again, as you'll notice, most of my Pokemon are nicknamed in this battle. I'm going to go for the U-turn to finish off Latias. And Mega Latias. And it does just that. So, there goes Mega Latias. Lando is back in my, party, and out comes 1000 watts, the Mega Manectric. And here comes Kieran Black, not even going to risk a Volt Switch, it being Scarf. I'm going to straight out switch into Step the Skarmory Blade, just to scout out what it's going to do. Here comes Skarmory, and it goes for the Ice Beam. Now this is a problem, Kieran Black doesn't get Ice Punch, so it has to rely on special attacking ice type moves for more stab. Which is fine, it has a respectable base special attack. It's not that bad. So Skarmory is down. In comes Intelligent with Porygon 2. Now I'm not going to go for a Thunder Wave this time. I'm pretty sure he knows what's up with Porygon 2. So I'm going to go for the Tri-Attack. Predicting a Raikou switch. He does withdraw Kieran Black and go into Suicune. So I guess it could have went for Thunder Wave, but at the same time, Suicune could just rest it off if this is a set I'm thinking of, which is probably Crocoon, which does the Sleep Talk, Rest, Calm Mind, that sort of thing. He does get burned. The burn isn't really going to matter. He can just rest it off. And yeah. I'm going to withdraw Porygon 2 and go into 1000 watts, the Mega Manectric, which is very risky. He's going to go for a Scald on my Manectric, obviously. The Scald hits, it's not going to do that much. Well, it does about 40%, so yeah. I'm going to go for a Volt Switch. He's going to withdraw Suicune and go into Raikou. I was worried that this thing was also Scarf, because there's no way Lando would be able to outspeed a Scarf Raikou. So Raikou could just hit my Lando for Hidden Power Ice, and that would be game over, basically. So Volt Switch is going to do, obviously, not much, because This is a Raikou we're talking about. It is electric type and it resists Volt Switch. So out comes Lando, and I'm going to go for Earthquake because now I know it's safe. As you'll see here, it's healed with leftovers. So, worst case scenario, he switches out and I get a hit on either Kyurem Black or Suicune. Best case scenario, which just happened, is I take out that Raikou and Earthquake away. So out comes Kyurem Black. He's not going to send in Suicune because he probably figures that Earthquake will take it out from that range. I'm going to go for the Earthquake and get as much damage off on the Kyurem Black as possible. I'm going to stack it off, so yeah, I didn't really feel comfortable switching anything else in, to be honest. Landorus is down for the count, and next out comes Intelligent to Porygon 2. Now, right here, I probably should have did a double switch and switched into Mega Manectric, predicting a switch into Suicune. However, I don't think I did. So out comes Suicune. To exert pressure, you know. I go for the Tri-Attack, figured he would switch into Suicune. And I'm not comfortable with Porygon 2 being able to outspeed it. I know it definitely won't be able to. So, I'm going to switch Porygon 2 out and go into Mega Manectric in case it goes for rest. I figure that's what it's going to do because it's at very low HP. And it does just that. So, yeah. So, Suicune's going to sleep and become healthy. Full HP. And no burn. I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt. He probably was expecting me to go for the Volt Switch, but I went for Thunderbolt instead to get as much damage off as possible. Plus, Porygon 2, there's really no reason to keep Porygon 2, to switch Porygon 2 back in. I mean, let's be honest here. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. Anyways, going to Volt Switch that Suicune. The Skull did not burn or take out my Mega Manectric, which pretty much nearly seals the deal for me, basically. So, Volt Switch is going to finish off Suicune, which leaves his Kyurem Black versus my Porygon 2 and Mega Manectric. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave. This is very risky for me. So, I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave, and I'm going to hope that I can survive this Outrage, to be honest, because if I can't, come on, it's all over. So, yeah, Thunder Wave on Kyurem Black. I do survive the Outrage. I'm going to go for a Tri-Attack and some damage off on that Kyurem Black. It does not get paralysis attacks, and it does finish off my Porygon 2 with Outrage. So good night, Porygon 2. See you later. And now all that's left is Kyurem Black, which is paralyzed, versus Mega Manectric. And if Kyurem Black wasn't paralyzed, yeah, Mega Manectric wouldn't be able to take an Outrage. So Flamethrower is going to finish off Kyurem Black, and that is game pretty much. So, looking back on this battle, I don't really know if I would have done anything differently. Perhaps I would have switched Porygon 2 in on that Rotom Wash instead of Volcarona and not risk that Hydro Pump, but I don't know, I just figured he would go for Will-O-Wisp, and that's what Rotom Washes typically do first turn. And really didn't have anything else stacked off on that Latias, so I guess switching to Azumarill was the best I could have done. Didn't want to keep Porygon 2 in there because, well, it really can't do jack to Latias. Latias is especially defensive, typically, so yeah. Basically, it's still a pretty good game, and I do appreciate the opportunity to battle him, and there's not much more to say. All I was going to say is the paralysis saved me, basically. That's why I run Porygon 2, because, you know, using Thunder Wave and lowering your opponent's speed is crucial. Speed does matter greatly in a battle, to be honest. Anyway, that's going to be it for this Wi-Fi battle. I'm going to be filming another one directly after this one, so I'll be right back.